Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me this evening. Let me just adjust my volume. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any intentions and make any requests for your personal well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of your requests in mind. After that, we'll transition into a wonderful healing session that you can enjoy from home, regardless of when or where you happen to be. So thank you so much again for being here. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystal collection, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, and let's go right ahead into the grid. Awesome. So as a lot of you know, but probably not all of you know, I just moved and I'm still not even completely unpacked, like not by a long shot. So we're starting things a little bit differently. Some of my stones are still packed, so I don't have everything. I'll do the best I can. I will take all of the stones that you request that I have and put them in. For those of you who are new, you can put the intention you have or request specific crystals, whatever feels better. If I happen to have them and they're out, I will happily add them. And for the time being, we're just gonna use what I have at my disposal. I may ask you why you picked a certain crystal so I can pick something in place of it. But either way, we're gonna have an incredibly meaningful grid to sort of ground and base our session on. So I'm gonna start with this beautiful piece of copper. It's a small copper spiral. Copper helps to basically break up energy blockages and optimize the flow of energy, and the spiral is a very healing symbol. So we're going to start with that in the center here. And on top of that, we are going to place, for today's crystal in the center, I've chosen red tiger eye. This beautiful red tiger eye sphere. Red tiger eye is highly protective. It helps to protect against spiritual malevolence, like nasty spiritual work, psychic attack, and like day-to-day regular mundane kinds of bullying, picking on, that kinds of stuff. So with kids going back to school, this can be really helpful with anti-bullying as well. It's also superb for calling upon financial abundance in a hurry, and I've already seen that in the request today. So that is red tiger eye. So we will just go ahead and build our grid right around that. So let's see who all is here. Gail, welcome in. Goddess of Four, good to see you. Jenny, Debbie, Jennifer Vatsa, Patty, and or Key, Morgan, Omi, good to see you. I'm going to get to see you Thursday. And Grace, good to see you all. So let's go ahead and start building that grid. Oh, let's see what we have so far. So I'm doing okay, unpacking little at a time. Thank you for excusing the very plain background and everything. It's a work in progress, y'all. So let's see what we got. Grace, intentions, job interview, happiness, heart healing, love. Let's do this. Okay, so job interview. Heart healing. Happiness and love. Awesome. Let's start with job interview. So sunstone is a wonderful stone to help us basically, the best way to describe this is a stone that helps us to see the biggest possible version of ourselves. It helps to keep us from kind of selling ourselves short in a sense, but it also raises our prominence. We stand out to people. We're recognized. We're seen. We kind of edge out above the crowd. It's also helpful for new opportunities in career and job and employment. I also suggest it for anything that involves, like if you're experiencing issues around exploitation with money, this can help kind of keep that at bay. Also wonderful for phobias and in general kind of motivating to put yourself out there, whether you're someone who's self-employed and you want to be seen and noticed, or to help you sort of, in a sense, show up as your fullest self in a job interview. Sunstone has it. So we will bring this in. So that is some sunstone. For happiness, let's bring in some yellow calcite. In addition to happiness and joy, yellow calcite really helps with self-confidence. This will also help you in your job interviews. This is your solar plexus, your center of self, personal identity, and will, prioritizing your wants, needs, and desires in life rather than acquiescing to everyone else's. It helps with motivation and encouragement, with lots of optimism too. It's a very optimism-based stone, and it helps with basically developing your sense of self-identity and even self-worth. So that is yellow calcite. Let me turn this down a bit. I think that's better. So that is yellow calcite. Let's do that. Awesome, we are getting there. Next is for heart healing. We'll bring in some rhodonite. Rhodonite helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart so you can open your heart to love again. Whether you're grieving the loss of a relationship or even the passing of a partner, this can be really helpful. It's also wonderful for overcoming a sense of insecurity or overcoming and healing from an emotionally abusive situation. Very, very helpful for those. On a physical level, great for lungs, asthma, autoimmune anything, and allergies of all kinds. So that is rhodonite. So that's wonderful for heart healing. So let's go ahead and bring this in. And for love, I want to bring in ruby. There we go. Ruby helps with love and fertility, but it's also really helpful with the courage to be yourself, and superb for anything around leadership and like management type of skills. So that is ruby. Beautiful ruby just as it is. So let's go ahead and put this around. Thinking I'm actually going to move the yellow calcite's out. There we go. Give us a little bit more room here. There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Grace, and we'll continue to perfect this grid as we go. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your foster dog is doing better. And let's see what else we have going on in here. Citrine and mahogany obsidian, you got it. Awesome. So citrine is a stone of financial abundance. It helps with attracting specifically money, but also helping to manifest what we need for our basic needs. This is roof over your head, if you need a car to get to work, like all of those kinds of like very basic needs. This helps you bring that in. It helps with financial gain in general and with balancing logic with intuition, which is incredibly helpful, even more helpful than it would sound like it is. Being able to use both sides of ourselves to bring, basically to bring the fullness of of ourselves in when we're making a decision is incredibly helpful. Also wonderful for dealing with addictions and compulsions, and for nausea and morning sickness as well. So that is citrine. And next we'll bring in some mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian is very helpful for prioritizing our wants in life. This helps with releasing perfectionism and also releasing the need for validation or approval of others, trusting yourself to say, this is good enough, I say it's good, I trust myself, I respect myself, and I don't feel like I need the input of others in order to make valid, in order to feel complete, in order to say, okay, I'm done. This is very helpful for the root chakra around those issues. Also great for meeting goals, vitality, and strength, as well as carpal tunnel, the teeth and gums, as well as the skin. It's very helpful for releasing anger as well. And I would say it's also helpful for releasing resentment, which is really just a passive form of anger. So there we go. And awesome. So we've got those both. Morgan, it's great to see you. That's really beautiful, Jenny. I'm glad we give you that sense of connection, understanding, and support. This is a wonderful community. Seriously, all of you. Thank you for making it what it is, because one person does not make a community. Everyone makes a community. So thank you for being here. And all of you for being so wonderfully supportive of each other. The good news is that I can flip sofas like Street Fighter, but now I'm owie. TLDR, moving bleh. I hear ya. I installed my own air conditioner yesterday. It was one of my finer moments, and at the same time not. Yeah, ugh. Let's definitely go ahead and I see Goddess of Four also mentions body pain, joint pain, yeah, also weight loss and fast money. So we've got fast money. Let's bring in body pain, joint pain. Let's bring in howlite. And lapis. Howlite helps with joint and bone, everything really, but particularly with joint pain, all manner of joint pain. Also with things like dislocations and fractures, bone integrity, calcium absorption, things like osteoporosis and osteopenia, which I struggle with. And on a more emotional footing, this can be very helpful for things like anger, resentment, and frustration. It helps take the sting out of those feelings so that we can start to deal with the underlying factors that are bringing those feelings up. Those feelings are not bad feelings. They don't feel comfortable, but they're meant to help us change. They're a catalyst. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring in this howlite. What? Spinning around there. So anything having to do with joints, including just sore, achy joints, we've got howlite. There we go. Lapis is wonderful for pain and inflammation and things like moving, even just doing a lot of physical labor of any kind. Pain and inflammation are just kind of par for the course. In addition, this is one for really connecting and communicating. It's one of the stones that can be particularly helpful during a Mercury retrograde, which we're in now. This helps with deep, honest, open communication and with follow through, with owning our commitments, with career improvement also. So this will definitely help Grace. But deep communication from a place of integrity, deep integrity. Also helps with vertigo and hearing loss, as well as disorganization. So if you're looking to get yourself organized, lapis is a really powerful stone. So we'll bring that in too. And So that should help with body pain and joint pain. Weight loss will bring in blue apatite, which does so much more than just weight loss. But yeah, this is weight loss and also improved relationship with food, however that looks for us, whether it's involving weight gain, weight loss, or just a shift in how we approach food, how we relate to it, how it's part of our life, what role it plays. This helps us also with strengthening our auric field so that we're less inclined to take on the energy of others. And it can help us with sort of enlightening us about our soul's purpose, also bringing us the encouragement and the strength to walk that walk and embrace our soul's path and purpose and make it actionable in our life. It's deep. It adds a lot of courage there. Also really helpful for harmony and peace. So we'll bring that in. There we go. So that is blue apatite. There we go. Awesome. I'm so glad that you are here. Bev, welcome back. And Stella, did I see you pop in? Yeah, there you are. Pain relief, yeah. Money for movers, all the love in the music of your heart, and a good nap. Oh, I definitely feel that. Let's go ahead and let's grab another one for pain relief, because why not? Money for movers, we have some good money stones. Let's bring in another one. Let's bring in some pyrite to help with money as well. Pyrite is fool's gold, and we like to feel that it calls in the real stuff too. Also wonderful for energetic protection while also supporting us in our intuition. This is one that kind of does both. It helps us open up, but also keeps that safe sort of boundary around what we're inviting in to connect. Wonderful for fevers, the lungs, brain, specifically around memory, and can be really helpful for the side effects of radiation sickness. So we'll go ahead and bring in that beautiful pyrite. Let's see. Love in the music of your heart. I love Moonstone for manifesting love. It's, in addition to calling in love and really good, well-balanced relationships, it helps us to connect with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature, including trusting divine timing and divine wisdom. This is a stone that I often feel is very connected with the High Priestess in the Tarot deck. This is a stone that is connected to deep wisdom, ancient truths, including like even things that were kept secretive or somewhat hidden. Helps with intuition, any kind of moon magic, lunar magic, any kind of work with the cycles of nature and even your own cycles too. Women's health and protection, as well as protection of those who are traveling. So that is Moonstone. But yeah, it's a wonderful way to connect for calling in a relationship because it's a very deeply spiritual stone too. and a good nap. Iolate can be very helpful for sleep. It very much helps to balance the intuitive part of our lives with the physical needs that we have. So it can bring a really beautiful balance, especially around sleep time, especially if you get really like a lot of energetic disturbances during your sleep, or if you want to connect spiritually, whether it's in your dream space or through shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, can help you bring those in, but it can also help balance that with our basic needs like sleep, which sometimes the two can be at odds. So this can help with both. This also helps with managing money, as well as some folks do use it with the intention of weight loss too. So that hits a request we had earlier as well. So that is iolite. Wonderful stone for balancing intuition too. So there we go, that's iolite. Cool. And yeah, let's see if we've got another one for pain relief. I know we do. Let's bring in malachite. So malachite helps us to process really difficult emotions so that we can move them through the heart. If you've ever had some really difficult emotions that you're working through and you just feel like stuck, like you just can't move through it, this is a really powerful helper. Also helps with things like pain and inflammation, including but not limited to arthritis. It helps the livers, pancreas, and spleen, and also helps with letting go of the past. That's part of how it helps us to process emotional factors and kind of move through them rather than being stuck. Also helps with fears and phobias, as well as depression and anxiety. And of course, as I say pretty much every stream, crystals are not a replacement for all the things. Reiki is not a replacement for anything else. These things are wonderful complements to everything because they don't interact with anything. So they can be part of your overall wellness approach without having to give up anything else. So let's go ahead and bring this into you. And we've got some, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you have a wonderful nap. And I do see some of your requests here too. Let's see, Debbie Lee, your intention is to let go of negativity towards someone and renew calmness in your life. Gotcha. Releasing negativity, a beautiful one for that is zoisite. This can help with everything from seasonal affective disorder to fertility, to releasing apathy and sluggishness, but definitely releasing negativity, even reconnecting with nature to kind of let the older, more heavy energy go so that you open up to newer, brighter opportunities. Really helpful for facing problems head on, including like the long to-do list type of stuff. If it's hard for you to start taking things on that task list and moving through them, if you feel like paralysis in the face of a lot of work, this can be really supportive. Also helps with removing obstacles, facing setbacks, and even helps with digestion, especially around like the bowels and gassiness and things. So that is zoisite. So let's go ahead and bring this in. And for letting go of negativity, forgiveness is a word that I think a lot of people equate with like, oh, that means that you're gonna like pretend like nothing ever happened. No. Sometimes we forgive someone to give them another chance. Sometimes we forgive someone to set ourselves free. It has nothing to do with them. It's more like we're more or less cutting our connection to what that is. So forgiveness to me is a much more dynamic and fluid thing. And in that regard, this can really help. And this is aquamarine. So forgiveness in whatever way it shows up for you, like forgiving to let go and really let go and let them drift away, or even if it's forgiving yourself, whatever the case might be. Also helps with all fluids in the body as well as teeth and gums. But this also helps with deflecting like low vibe behavior, like pettiness. And we often joke about I say it's usually good for the always aggrieved or the already aggrieved, like people that are upset and looking for someone to take it out on, like Karen-like behavior, the anti-Karen stone. But it's good for people who would misdirect their feelings on other people rather than deal with them directly. So that's aquamarine. It's also great for may justice prevail. And sometimes if we're making room in our life for ourselves and removing the presence of that other person, it helps with that too. Like, may justice prevail on whatever timeline, in whatever sense, but I'm going to move forward and enjoy my life. So that can be really helpful too. So that is aquamarine. There we go. And Jen had some requests for specific stones. Let's do some blue lace agate, and let's definitely do some sapphire. Sapphire is a really potent stone of mediumship and channeling, specifically with connecting to our angels and spirit guides. It helps with, on the physical level, the thyroid, the eyes, and the ears, and also is thought to be really helpful in cases of dementia for the individual impacted directly and for all of their loved ones and caregivers that are there going through this journey with them. It helps with really visualizing something positive in times of change rather than going to like the negative connotation of times of change, and can help with also bringing about speedy justice. So we'll bring this in, but this is wonderful for guidance and connection to higher self, connection to your spirit guides. But yeah, if you're somebody who does mediumship or channeling for other people, this can even help you to find the best words to explain your take on things or what you experience, the words that will help the querent to best understand and have a better connection with what you felt while you were there. Blue lace agate helps with the throat and everything having to do with the throat, from communication and expression to sore throats. This is one that helps us to speak words that we find very challenging to get through our throat, things like saying things that are very emotionally sensitive to us, and also can help soften words that might be really harsh to someone else and try to make it as gentle as possible. Very helpful for tension headaches, as well as arthritis and fractures. So that is blue lace agate. I'm going to put this around too. I'm going to put this on the moonstone. There we go. I love blue lace agate. And something yellow. We have the yellow quartz. What else do we have? Yeah, there's just not a lot of yellow stones, I guess. You know what? Let's bring in some honey calcite in addition to the yellow calcite. Especially because you're moving, this will probably be a really good one. Honey calcite looks somewhat similar to yellow calcite. It's a little bit deeper. This works with the solar plexus and the sacral. And the sacral is where we relate to other people and our relationships. This is a stone that helps to bring out a lot of optimism even when things are really chaotic and difficult, and can also help with calling upon the best colleagues, friends, neighbors, etc. during any kind of shift in your life. So this is helping you to find people that kind of jive with where you're at. Solar plexus is your center of self. Sacral is your center of relationships. This balances both. So this can help you to attract the people you're most likely to have a good relationship with in any regard. So we'll go ahead and bring this out. Yeah, we'll bring that here. Here, let's do this. There we go. Awesome. So all the best to you, Jen. I'm glad you're here. And fire opal, I think, is packed away right now. Hey, Phoenix. I hope you're doing well. Yes. Yes, I definitely. What's the most protective stone? Well, depends on how hard you throw it. And also, I grew up near Newark, New Jersey, which is Brick City, and never underestimate the cleansing power of the brick. Absolutely. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Chris, wonderful to see you. Okay, let's keep working through this. Jenny, your family, your pets, patience and understanding between different people, ability to try no matter how small at first, to keep receiving clear messages and synchronicities, and to not go insane. Definitely. Let's do... Oh, and Debbie also had the intention of renewing calmness in your life. I want to make sure I hit that too. I think this can work for Jenny and you too. Fluorite is very helpful. And also this can help with Jennifer Vatsa too. Fluorite is wonderful for chaos energy, like finding some peace and stability in your life regardless of the chaos going on around you. It can help with also bringing comfort to new moms after birth and delivery. And I see Omi mentioned that you're having another one. Congratulations. So this will help support your request as well as Jenny's sister-in-law. But this also helps with relaxation and calmness even when other things are raging and wild all around you. It helps you to become a calm eye of the storm in your own life. So we'll bring in that fluorite. And fluorite forms like this naturally. It's such a wild stone. It forms in octahedrons. Let's go ahead and bring this in. That'll definitely help with not going insane and stuff like that. Receiving clear messages. Sapphire helps, and I'm going to bring in some blue kyanite because that can help us to understand the intuitive guidance that comes in. So like interpreting it. It's also wonderful for loving yourself exactly as you are, and in a world and in a country and in a culture where we're sold to by being made to feel inferior. That's kind of a radical act. Also wonderful for certain types of neurological concerns, especially where they impact mobility and or speech. So that is blue kyanite. So I hope that helps with understanding of the guidance and wisdom that comes through. Awesome. And patience and understanding between different people. Definitely howlite. Howlite can help with that frustration kind of vibe, but also we're going to bring in some dumortierite, I feel. Dumortierite really helps with patience as well as anger and frustration. On a physical level, ligaments, tendons, things like that. Also helps things like tidiness, chaotic Uranus type energy. Oops, sorry, bumping into the desk. But yeah, this is one that can help with patience for yourself, patience for others, and accepting others also. And standing up for yourself when necessary. So this is dumortierite. This was a gift from Jennifer Vatsa, and you can check out her crystal shop at belladonnabotanicals.com. I believe it's .com, or just Google Belladonna Botanicals. And that is dumortierite. So that can help. I'm also going to bring in bloodstone. Oop. Nope, sorry, dragon's blood. This can help with patience with yourself and with others in a big way. Also helps with things like grief and moving past that grief and loss without getting stuck in it. Like Self-pity isn't the same thing as acknowledging your grief and being in it. It's okay to acknowledge your grief and be in it and be grieving, but self-pity is what happens when we wallow a bit much. This can help with either side of that. Also wonderful for the thyroid and the nervous system, as well as learning from our own mistakes. So being patient with ourselves too. So that is dragon's blood. Beautiful stone. Let's see, where shall we place this? Let's place this here. That can be really helpful. And courage, I think, will help with to take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's a small step. Let's see. Let's go with Larimer, which I happen to be wearing. Larimer helps with connection to your spiritual purpose and enacting it with confidence. It also helps you to embrace the sense that you'll feel like a total pioneer, because that's the thing about following your spiritual path. It's no one else's path. It's not going to look like a well-worn path. It's going to look like you're just walking around in a weird direction by yourself, because that's unfortunately what it is. It does require a lot of courage. This can help you to kind of find that courage and work with it. So let's go ahead and place some Larimer in here. Larimer is only found in the Dominican Republic. So there we go. That's Larimer. So I hope that that helps. And you said your pets. Leopard skin jasper helps with our animals, every aspect of healing our animals, as well as connecting with our animal guides. Also helps with attracting love, anything that impacts the skin, and can really improve balance and coordination as well. So that is leopard skin jasper. So let's do, there we go. Such a pretty stone. And it comes in quite a few different colors too. Wonderful. Thank you for being here, Jenny, and I hope all is well with you. Goddess of Four, kunzite, selenite, angelite, celestite, and rutilated quartz if I happen to have unpacked them. Thank you for understanding. Kunzite I haven't yet, sorry. Selenite I have right here. Selenite I always keep at the base of the grid because it helps to reflect nothing but pure white light, which helps open and hold a really deeply spiritual space. It's very protective. Also helps us to be in deep connection with our spirit guides. It's a lovely stone as well to clear energy of other things like ourselves and our crystals. If you want to, you can also take a piece like this and kind of comb your aura, which is a lovely way to use selenite. So we've got some right here, and and I'll just take this little piece here and actually put it hopefully where we can see it. Let's try to put it here. And that is selenite. Okay, selenite is very, very fragile and gentle. Angelite, celestite. Angelite, as the name would suggest, helps us to connect with our angels. Also helps improve the experience of sound healing too, if you happen to be into that. This helps us to feel connected to source and is very protective, as well as helping us to better sense and feel and be near our angels in general. So that's angelite. So let's see. Yeah, what's up, little girl? Hattie Cat is here. We've also got celestite. Let's actually put this here so they're kind of opposite. Celestite. Oh, hey, we've got a friend. You want to say hi? Yeah, let me say hi. Celestite is very closely related to angelite. Oh, hi. in the Earth's crust. If you have angelite that's in the Earth's crust long enough under the right circumstances, it will turn into celestite. This is very powerful to connect to your spirit guides, your angels, to get your messages through. Also really helpful for discernment. So if you're feeling like, this doesn't feel right, I feel a sense of danger, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, this helps you discern where that feeling might be coming from. If it's logic, if it's intuition, if it's a fear kind of popping up, which can be really helpful in figuring those moments out. Wonderful too for all manner of physical pain, as it fundamentally shifts how we, how our energy body is working. So it's more focused on our higher chakras. So it changes how we experience pain, basically brings us more into our spiritual focus and less focus on the body. Hey, yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. They have been adjusting so well to the new space. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Rutilated quartz, I believe I have out. I do. Rutilated quartz. Rutils going through quartz. This helps to focus energy where it's most needed and brings mental focus. Also a big infusion of physical energy, and is thought to be a really helpful stone for anyone who's going through cancer treatments. It's sort of like the intention of, because it's so focused, like may it focus all of the healing treatments that you're getting to go where they're most needed. So this has been considered a beautiful gift for people with cancer for quite some time now. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that here and here, but it's great for mental balance and focus. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. Hey, good to see you, Kanta. Affirmation Station. Yay, we've got all the angels stuff out. I'm so glad that you're here for that. I was just thinking of you. Let's see. Okay, Catherine, I'll get to all those that I can. We've got a few of those. We have pyrite, citrine, aquamarine in there. We have selenite, peridot, and amazonite for sure. And I'm going to get to all the requests that I can. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yeah, so let's do, definitely seeing lots of requests for amazonite. This is one of self-care, self-respect. Hey, do you want to play with this one? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Hattie is loving on the amazonite too. Amazonite helps with self-care, especially, and self-respect. Ooh, you threw him on the floor? Are you going to go roll on him now? Yes. Yep. She spilled the amazonite on the floor and is now rolling on them. So clearly she wants to heal with some amazonite today. Yeah. Good job. Definitely helps with the reminder to take care of oneself so that you avoid burnout and issues with that. Oh, there we go. So if you have any issues with the spine or spinal nerves, amazonite can also be incredibly helpful there. So that is amazonite. Sorry about that bit of a pause there. Somehow OBS disconnected. So let's go ahead and do amazonite there, here. Amazonite is also wonderful for luck in terms of like winnings and things like that. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. Peridot helps with breaking bad habits and cycles that are not helping us. Also helps with depression, prosperity, fidelity. It's a wonderful friendship stone, helps to support those friendships, that helps us to be the best version of ourselves. Wonderful for digestion too, like everything from IBS to acid reflux to Crohn's. This is a superb stone. Also helps to release anger and jealousy. So that is peridot. There we go. We'll just put some in the center there. Think I got you with Larimer? Awesome. It's a really, like, I'm working with it right now. This was actually a good friend of mine is a jeweler, so lucky me. This was a brooch that was broken, and she found it at a scrapper, and she had always meant to like get around to fixing it and putting it back out there. And I had seen it, and I was like, oh, that would make a lovely necklace. And she's like, oh, you think so? I was like, yeah. So we put it on here with these little dots that you can kind of see. They are lava, so very much like ocean based, that kind of thing. Just love it. Absolutely love Larimer. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to get to all the requests that I can. Don't have chalcopyrite unpacked yet, unfortunately. Dragon's blood we have out, as well as aquamarine lapis. Labradorite, absolutely. So we have all the others already out. So labradorite is another one that helps with enhanced sleep. It also helps with clairvoyance, your connection to spiritual awareness. It's wonderful for detailed attention to facts and data. If you are a data scientist, if you're an accountant, any kind of thing where you're looking through a lot of information and trying to have a really sharp, clear mind about it, any kind of needle in a haystack work. Also helps to calm disputes. It's wonderful for customer service and workplace harmony, and helps with clairvoyance as well as protection during travel. I also really recommend this stone if you're doing any kind of research or study. It helps you to put all the different things that you're learning about together rather than just memorizing different pieces. It'll almost bring everything together as though you can understand the totality of the information and how it all works together and its relevance to each other. So we've got that. Good to have you here. Stress and decompression for Key. Anything to help Key find a conveniently located training program for what they want to transition into. Absolutely. The first thing that came to mind was Tiger Eye. This is study and research, so it would be in support of that kind of a theme. This also helps with big picture thinking, so that's very much like thinking about the program you want to be a part of. Strength and balance, really encouraging, and also helps to protect, especially against things like envy and jealousy, but it really bolsters courage and balance. And I feel like this can be really helpful for like embarking on a new course of study and looking for a training program. So that is Tiger Eye. So let's see. And yes, Bev, I'm definitely loving it here. It's so quiet and nice. It's just the slog of trying to, it's a small apartment and it's awkward. So trying to organize as I unpack is just making it take a while, but it's worth every moment. Absolutely. And thank you for asking. Stella, intentions are to support your painful journey through grief, overcome anxiety and sadness, and you hope everyone receives the healing you most need right now. That's beautiful. So let's do support your painful journey through grief. Definitely Dragon's Blood helps. Let's bring in some Jet for you. Jet helps with grief and loss and processing it, especially when if you tend towards like getting into the grief and then you just feel like you can't move, either like you shut off emotionally or you just are stuck in it. Jet helps with that. Jet is actually volcanically fossilized wood, usually volcanic. Sometimes very, very hot forest fires can create this too, but it's something that was a tree, and through like catastrophe and very quickly, it fundamentally shifted into a stone. And so that's what makes it what it is. So it understands that like sudden transformation and grief. It's wonderful for working through hospice. It helps with like protection in paranormal type settings. And it's wonderful for anyone who works in hospice or is near someone who is, or even an animal that's sooner to pass, like working to get close to the end of life kind of care. So I'm going to put that on the other side of Angelite for you. And anxiety and sadness. Anxiety and sadness, I would say blue calcite. This one is one of my favorite emotional first aid type stones. It helps with soothing pain that you even struggle to verbalize or express or even understand. It helps with bringing healing revelations and clarity, and it can also help you to make decisions while you're still healing. It's also wonderful for things like anxiety. So we can bring this in. So that's blue calcite. There we go. And I hope you're well, Stella. Good to see you. Consistent income flow to cover all your needs with plenty left over to share with others. I affirm that for sure. I think we have all of our abundant stones in there right now. So definitely there's citrine, pyrite, and red tiger eye in there. Healing of the heart, making it easy to be open and give and receive love effortlessly. Definitely rhodonite, which is in there, but another one that can help with that, also to some extent blue calcite. Bloodstone. Bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope in some parts of the world. This is another like emotional first aid stone in my book. It helps with lifting despair, it's emotional stamina, and relieving self-doubt. It also helps with things like meditation. It helps to quiet the mind so that you can connect in meditation. But this is one that can help you to deeply, deeply heal the heart center, and it allows you to feel more grounded in yourself. It's definitely got hints of red in that green, which helps with feeling grounded in yourself so that you can feel like you have more to share with others. So it works with the heart and the root. So it's very in alignment with what you had mentioned. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Good to see you, Bev. Good, good, good. Septarian, and then for Omi's stuff, we have Septarian, Omi, transitioning fully into being able to provide my child's quality of life from your business and a safe, smooth birthing experience. Let's bring in some Unakite. This is a superb stone for everything women's health, but especially when it comes to prenatal, postpartum, labor and delivery, and all the places in between. It helps with good marriage relationship, whichever of those might apply or might not. But this was often seen as like a marriage gift to someone who would be getting married, who might be having children at some point. But it's especially good for birth and labor and delivery. Also helps with metabolism, circulation, and fluids of the body, as well as it's very helpful for addiction, particularly quitting smoking. So if anyone's struggling with that, Unakite is wonderful for it. And the next one I'm going to put in there for you is, because we've got all of our financial abundance stones in, I feel like another stone that can be helpful is pink tourmaline. This is everything having to do with any kind of gynecologic health stuff, but especially labor and delivery and the bonding immediately after birth. This can be really helpful with that. It helps also with spinal injuries as well as muscle weakness, and helps to dispel negative body image so that we can rebuild our body image in something much more healthy. It's also great for nerve pain and migraines, but wonderful for mom and baby bonding afterwards. So let's do, I'm going to put this right behind the fluorite because that also helps with like right after the delivery, like kind of coming back into a sense of not chaos, but support. So I hope that that helps. And you said for your business, so actually there is one more stone we can do. Let's bring in some cinnabar, which is mercury. It's very dangerous, be careful. But mercury ore or cinnabar is thought to be the merchant stone for hundreds of years, if not thousands. This has been considered a mineral that will call customers into a business. So it's wonderful for that. So I will go ahead and bring this in. I'm going to bring it in right here. But definitely on a physical level, like the only cinnabar in here are the little dots of red. The rest is quartz, because we've learned about nature much more than we knew about it, and now we know how physiologically dangerous it can be, but it doesn't change the spiritual impact of how it helps a business to thrive and gain customers. So all the best to you, Omi. I look forward to seeing you later this week. And septarian helps with muscle pain and spasms, as well as healing the skin, any kind of wounds. This helps with understanding the underlying causes of behavior, beliefs, and kind of emotional and just life turmoil. Helps with getting to the deep roots of our shadow healing, finding what we can do to help improve our overall situation and to even be vulnerable in that process. But also helps the solar plexus too, our sense of self. So that is septarian. Oh, Chris, there's no such thing as being sorry to be late. The only person that can be late to this is me. What stones do I suggest for a migraine, Catherine? Pink tourmaline, which is right here. I put in, I put them here. I'm also going to bring in migraine. Rhodochrosite. This is another stone that helps with mother-child bonding and any kind of themes around wounds around mother and child kind of stuff. Very helpful for headaches, particularly stress headache, but all kinds of headaches. Also helpful for asthma, anything impacting the lungs, as well as heart and circulation, telepathy, and connection to the ancestors. So that is rhodochrosite. Where can we place you? Let's place you there. Omi. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for Omi, peacock or chalcopyrite. As soon as I find that, I'll put it in the stones over here. Yes, I just added septarian. Hey, Rue. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you could make it tonight, too. Yes, and Patty, I got lapis, labradorite. Oh, okay. I don't know if I have crazy lace. I think I have chevron. And where did I leave off? All the best to you, Omi. Sorry I'm running a little behind today, everybody. I got a lot of Chris's requests. Let's bring in some garnet. Garnet helps with organization, courage, and practicality. This can help us take a fresh look at how everything is done and find the best way to get things done, which ultimately leaves more time for us to live and enjoy our life. It's great for finding balance and strength in times of change, and it's also wonderful for creativity. So we'll bring that in. Already in the grid are pyrite, citrine, blue apatite, malachite, lapis, rhodochrosite, moonstone, ruby. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to see what else I can add. And are you meowing at me, little girl? Are you meowing at me? Let's see. Let's definitely bring in some green aventurine, some carnelian. So aventurine helps with expanding our vision of ourselves and our soul's potential. Also helps us with insecurity or feeling like we can't do something. It helps us to say, well, maybe I can. Let me give it a shot. Also helps with the heart and heart rhythms, as well as allergy, eye problems, and fertility. So that is green aventurine. I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. And carnelian helps with relationships. It's very related to the sacral chakra, so this is how we relate to everyone and everything around us. Also helps us to attract good, balanced, loving relationships. It helps with cold, allergies, and with healing wounds as well. Wonderful for fertility, as well as pancreas, gallbladder, and letting go of apathy. So that is carnelian. My ears are popping. Are we supposed to get weather in Philadelphia? I thought we weren't supposed to get any weather for a couple of days. Let's see. And okay, so I got most of Catherine's. Yeah, I don't have blue topaz, unfortunately. Ah, you had peacock ore in your pocket for your last birth, Omi? That's beautiful. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, everybody hit that like button if you haven't already. Your body says weather is possible, that's for sure. Anything for teachers. Pre-night. Pre-night is helpful for facilitating any kind of, it's usually considered for like a spiritual teaching and learning, but of course it's good for all kinds of teaching and learning. I have tons of it around that I keep around for when I teach classes. It helps with stopping a wandering mind when we're meditating as well, and can also help with refusing unfair demands if that's something you're struggling with. But on an intuitive level, it's great for prophecy, divination, card reading, lucid dreaming, all of those kinds of things. It's great for that too. So we'll bring this in. So that is pre-night. And where can we place this one? Let's place it here and here. Oh, Catherine, you're a teacher too. your body said stop moving furniture by yourself. Let me know. I'll see if I can come by and help. Let me know. I know I'm not the most physically stable and sturdy for that kind of thing, but I can help to some extent. You're so welcome, Rue. Blue tiger's eye and amethyst. Yeah. Let's do some blue tiger's eye and amethyst. Oh, it's a Gertie. Gertie cat, how are you? How are you, little baby? Wow. Hey, you. Okay, blue tiger eye helps with calm and easing stress, as well as bold communication. It's protective of truth tellers, especially people who say things that are true, but nobody wants to hear it. It's great for facts over feelings and, in general, public speaking, writing, communication. Very protective. It helps with speaking your truth and speaking the truth, especially speaking truth to power. So that is blue tiger eye. Go. And amethyst, hey you. Amethyst can help us to, it's very much a serenity prayer kind of stone. Accepting things we cannot change, changing the things we cannot accept, the wisdom to know the difference, personal accountability, but also as we start on our healing journey and we start to make these changes in our life, this is a stone that helps us to see, like, it's okay, one step at a time. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's accountability without sort of ganging up on yourself. And that's one of the many things that this can help. But also a wonderful stone for those who are just beginning to open up to spirituality. So let's go ahead and place this under. Hey, you. Let's place this under Dragonstone and under Cinnabar. And hey, are you coming up? No, you're just running around? You're at least, yeah, the cat's behavior is suggesting there might be weather. Blue tiger's eye is also a teacher's stone. I did not know that. I'm going to write that down. Thank you. I had not come across that anywhere, but that sounds like it makes a lot of sense. I like that. And I think we're good. And I'm just going to add in Herkimer from Chris's request. And then we're going to get into the healing. So Herkimer helps with manifesting. It helps us with being in the present moment, which is the best place to come from when we're asking for our next steps, because we can keep wishing about the future all we want, but that doesn't help us to appreciate where we are in this moment. And that's a really powerful place to come from when we're planning our next steps. Also helps with connection to intuition. It helps to balance discordant energies, and it can also help with things like metabolism. So that is Herkimer. Let's put this here. Yeah, the cats are really exploring around. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get ready to Whoa. What are you doing back there? What are you doing? Okay, they're good. Let's see. Okay, good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about what Reiki is, how to make the most of this session. And while I do that, if you want to help to lift the energy of where you're at and the energy that we're all sharing, it's pretty simple. Just go ahead on into the chat. If you haven't hit that like button already, please consider doing so. And go ahead and share anything that you are grateful for, anything at all. If it's something a little bit more personal, or if you're watching this as a video, go ahead, just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just think of the things that you're grateful for in this life. That shifts the energy quicker than anything else I've found. So you go ahead and do that. I'm going to explain what the Reiki is about, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com to learn all the information about it. It's also linked in the description along with all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically the style that I work with is known as Usui Reiki. This particular method is named after its founder, Mikao Usui, who created this particular system in the early 1920s of Japan during a really difficult time in Japan's history, where teaching anything that even kind of looked like religion was strictly forbidden. And so this particular style of working with energy is very deeply spiritual, but at the same time, very secular, which is a big part of why it really resonates with us in the West. So to understand the concept of energy at the foundation of this system, we're best to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which very much still to this day greatly influences their society and their worldviews. In Shintoism, everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interconnected. And spirit, however you might define it in this case, provides this life energy that is more than just our cells doing what they do. This energy is already flowing through you, through me, through everyone and everything else, and is what our body, mind, and spirit use to bring us into the greatest state of being and healing moment to moment. Essentially, what I'll be doing tonight is using Usui's techniques to connect with that energy and direct more of it to you, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to do more of what it does best. So you might feel the physical sensations in your body. You may have some emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may hear your subconscious. You may be able to mentally parse some things out that you've been struggling with. And on a spiritual level, you may get some clarity, some insights, some resolution, or just simply a connection to spirit or big intuitions. You may also have a really relaxing nap. That's amazing too. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. I usually just suggest that you find the most comfortable way to sit down or lay down, whatever feels right to you. You can move around all you need. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You just simply need to have an open heart and or mind. You can go ahead and enjoy this time while also stretching or doing yoga or journaling or throwing down some cards for yourself or playing some music. Whatever feels right for you in this time is the perfectly right thing to do. So go ahead and enjoy it, whether it's a nap, gentle relaxation, or combined with something that's meaningful to you. I will send this Reiki healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be for 25 minutes, during which time you'll notice that I turn the lights down. You'll notice them moving gently and slowly from one color to the next without flashing or strobing, so you're good there. Additionally, I'll turn the music up if you want to learn more about our musical creator. She's linked at the bottom of the description, so you can check out her channel and learn all about her. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to the space that you're in. I'll then be able to re-engage with chat if you have any questions. If you want to share anything that was important to you, you'll have every opportunity to do that, and I'll happily support any questions. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, the energy is absolutely there for you just as much as if you were here live. Of course, if you would like to join me live, I'm here the same days and times every week, 5 times a week, so you can always join me there. But for those of you who are here live, if you feel like you need a little bit of healing and I'm not live, go ahead and check out the past healing live stream playlist. Even if you want to skip ahead through the grid and just enjoy the healing, it's always there for you, because Reiki energy, unlike us as humans, it's not bound to the constructs of our particular dimension, where we can only be in one place at one time. Not true of Reiki. So whenever you happen to be finding this video, it will be there for you to enjoy and feel a benefit from. And if you have any questions, you can use the comment section, or you can reach out to me through my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. Thank you so much for being here. It really is an honor and a privilege to be able to bring this Reiki to you 5 times a week. I deeply, thoroughly enjoy it, and I wouldn't be able to be here without all of you. Thank you for making this community so incredibly special and important. I deeply appreciate all of you, even those of you that I know that watch in the background and don't engage. Just thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and get into that session, and then get into some healing. Ooh, pretty. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I know we cut off a little bit of the grid, but it's all still there, I promise. Oop, hang on. That's not what I wanted to do. Is it better with me here or here? I'll just stay up here then. Okay. So everyone go ahead and get nice and cozy wherever you happen to be. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Phoenix. Christina, so good to see you. Thank you, Christina. Omi, Jenny, Bev, Rue, and all the love in the chat. Thank you. So everyone enjoy your session, and I'll see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, come back to the computer. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege as always. Oh, and you're so welcome, Patty and Key. Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. You have a great rest of your week as well. You're welcome, Bev. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll be back all regular days and times this week. Oh, I'm so glad, Heart. It's so good to see you. The unpacking is going. It feels like the more I get unpacked, the easier it is to unpack more. Last night I arranged part of the living room, and so that feels a lot more settled. It's also the more furniture is in place, the more places things have to go, if that makes sense. Thank you, Patty. Same to you. You're welcome, Rue. All the best to you as you get back to teaching. Same to you, Catherine. If anyone has any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. And tomorrow begins a new round of Reiki Level 1, the multi-week Wednesday evenings. So there is still a couple of seats available if you want to dive in. Learn ReikiPhiladelphia.com. Also, Reiki 2 is this weekend, the weekend intensive. And then next month, and every month there's a Reiki 1 and a Reiki 2. It goes back and forth between weekend intensives and multi-week. So in October we have the weekend intensive for Reiki 1 and the multi-week of Reiki 2. And starting Thursday is the next round of Reiki Mastery. So yes, I will use the rocking chair again. I just need to kind of get everything situated. And I might put a chair rail behind me. I'm not sure what I'm going to put behind me. The wall behind me is a lot closer than it was in my old apartment. So I can't quite fit all the stuff I had before. I'm okay, and the cats are super happy. And the more settled we get, the happier they get, but it's a very awkward apartment in terms of like the space allotment, what fits where, things like that. My bedroom is very narrow. Oh, you're so welcome, Omi. Okay, great. I hope to see from you. If my communications have been a little off because I moved. It was I only knew I was moving for a little over a month before I did, maybe about a month before I did, so it's been a very chaotic bit of time. But yeah, the cats have their food, their water, etc. I set that all up actually in the bathroom because the bathroom is huge. The bathroom is almost the same amount of square feet that my bedroom is, but like in a better arrangement. So kitty palace and playpen is in there, and it's cool because when they get playful in the middle of the night, they're in the living room and bathroom and not necessarily waking me up, which is lovely. Thank you, Patty. I could totally use that intention. But everyone, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. East Coast US time. I look forward to seeing you all. Take care, be well, and I hope to see you soon.